Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have you. I haven't posted any food preservation videos in a while. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been, but I know it's been a good minute. And I just wanted to go ahead and bring you along with this today and see how it turns out. So in the InstantPot, I just poured the milk in. I'm going to go ahead and hit my yogurt setting, and then I'm going to hit it again because I want it to get there to the boil, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm starting the milk on that because what we're going to do today is we're going to try out to see if my freeze-dried yogurt will work as a starter, which is great if it does, because then I won't have to buy any yogurt to actually start my own yogurt. So I've got half a gallon milk in there. I had a gallon of milk that was about to go bad, so I used half a gallon of it for some rice pudding. And then the other half a gallon is in the InstantPot, which we're going to try. So it's on boiling, so that'll take it a good while. I believe I do have a how to make homemade yogurt video on there if you're interested in that. But for this, we just want to see if it's going to work. So this is a half a cup in here. I have about a quarter cup of water in there. I'm going to add, oh, that smells so good. It smells so fresh. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. One would probably be enough, but I'm going to go ahead and add 2. And then if I experiment at a later time, I can go ahead and try with 1. But for right now, we'll go ahead and start with the 2. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to mix it up. I could have probably put it in something bigger, because normally when I make my gallon of yogurt, I normally just put a half a cup of starter in there. And so now, if this starter does not work, and we're going to find out together because I've not used it, because I didn't make it for starter. I made it to add into smoothies. You know, sometimes I use it for like potatoes, mashed potatoes, instead in place of sour cream, or with sour cream, that kind of stuff, you know, just to make it a bit healthier. But I haven't used it as a starter, and I thought if it works as a starter, that would be great. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're trying this out together. I've not done it, and we're going to see. And the only reason the InstantPot is going to take a while to do its thing and get the milk up to temperature, but I want to mix this in now and just let it sit so that it's fully hydrated, so that we get the most out of it, if it's going to do anything for us. I mean, it smells great. It smells like fresh yogurt. I'm going to leave this here, and we'll be back when the milk is ready, because it has to heat up and then it has to cool down before we actually put that in there. But for now, right now, we're going to leave that there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover it. And we will see you back in a little bit. All right, y'all, so just a quick update. The yogurt went ahead, or the milk went ahead and came up to temperature, and I'm waiting for it to come down to where I need it to be at, which is at least 115 degrees. It's only come down some. I'm still at about 140, so I still have to wait longer. I could take it out and I could put it in a bin with ice in there to cool it off quicker, but I'm doing other things, so I'm just going to let it do it on its own, and it may take a little while longer. Now, this is our freeze-dried yogurt with just that water. So it was apparently too much water because you can see how runny it is, which is fine because it shouldn't affect anything because it's fixing to go into all that milk. But I just wanted to show you how it's really runny, and if you were actually going to make yogurt with this, that amount was definitely not the correct amount. But I don't know that it would make good yogurt anyway. Like I said, it would just be like for the nutrition and stuff, like for smoothies and such. But yeah, so that's just liquid. I just wanted to show it to you. It still smells really good, real yogurty. We're gonna just go ahead and leave it covered. It's definitely hydrated, so that's a plus. But yeah, I was just giving you an update, and we'll be back. All right, y'all, our temperature is down to 110, so I am going to take my yogurt. I'm gonna pour it in there. And then I'm gonna give it a real good mix. But I like putting my starter in there between 110 and 115. I try not to go over 115 just because I don't want to take any chances on damaging my starter. So that's mixed up pretty good. Then I'm gonna just put the lid on it. And I don't even need a lid, I can just put a plate or something on there. I'm not sealing it or anything, this is just to keep anything from falling into it. And then I'm going to hit my yogurt. And I don't want it on boil, I don't want it on 30. I want it right here where it says normal, and I do mine for 22 hours. So we will come back tomorrow evening. And there you go, it'll start counting. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's been 20 hours and 5 minutes. I normally let it go for 22, just so that it can get rid of all or a lot of its lactose. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead, and I haven't looked in here, so this is going to be a surprise to both of us on whether it does work or it doesn't work. So we will see. I'm going to take this lid over to the sink to go ahead and get some of that water out of there. So it smells like yogurt, but we could just have fermenting milk. So there's a lot of whey on top. But it has worked. Let me see if I can scoop that out. I don't know, can you guys see that? Let's see. So yeah, there's so much whey. Let me get a spoon where I could scoop it out better, but I mean, you can see. I think you can see that. And the whey won't go to waste. As you all know, I will go ahead and I will strain my yogurt and make it nice Greek yogurt, nice and thick. And then the whey I will use for things. You know, I can multiple uses. And so this will be much thicker after I strain the whey out of it. But look at that. So conclusion is that my freeze-dried yogurt, and you can watch that video I don't even remember how long ago it was, but my freeze-dried yogurt will work as a starter. And that is great news for us, because what that tells me is that we won't have to buy yogurt a lot of times. I will wind up buying a container of yogurt just so that I can go ahead and freeze it so that I can use it later as a starter. So what I do is, let me see if I have, excuse me. But what I do is I buy the container of yogurt, and then I divide it into these, because this right here is 4 ounces. And so I'll divide it into this. And even though the yogurt container says on it, do not freeze, I freeze it. So I think normally I get one of the big containers, and I don't remember how many ounces it is, but I'll fill up like 8 of these, and then we'll just go ahead and use up any yogurt if it's left. But these are 4 ounces, and this is normally, I fill it up, I freeze it. Whenever I get ready to make yogurt, I do basically the procedure that you saw me do with the milk and heating it and cooling it and all that, and then I put one of these in a whole gallon of milk. And so it's you know, I freeze it for however long. I've used some that has been frozen for as long as 2 years, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but it was a long time, and I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and it worked perfectly fine. But doing it this way, that just means that I won't have to have all these jars in the freezer of this yogurt starter taking up room, you know, because I have all this. So I can just do it that way and not have to do it that way any longer. So that frees up freezer room. But yeah, I mean, but yes, it is runny. And what I'll do is once I strain it, that's pretty good. But once I refrigerate it, because what I'll do before I even strain it is I like to refrigerate it. It just does better. And then I'll go ahead and strain it, and I'll go ahead and take a picture and put it in here for you. But conclusion, my freeze-dried yogurt will work as a starter to make homemade yogurt. I wasn't sure if y'all watched the video when I was freeze-drying the yogurt. I wasn't sure because of all the bacteria that is the live bacteria that's in the yogurt, and I wasn't sure with the heating. You can control how high it goes. So I don't think that was the problem as far as the heating, but I think it was with the freezing and the sublimation and everything that takes place during the freeze dryer. I wasn't sure if that was going to go ahead and kill all my live bacteria or if it was going to be okay. And it turns out that it was okay. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can take you off of here and just show you what it looks like in. So that's what it looks like. All this is whey, and that will not go to waste. But it's nice yogurt, smells good. So I'm going to refrigerate it, and then, like I said, I'm going to refrigerate it. Then I'm going to strain it. I could strain it while it's being refrigerated as well. I might just do that, kill 2 birds, 1 stone, right? And then I will take a picture of it. I don't think I'll come back with a video, but I may. I'm not sure. But we'll see you back. All right, guys, so I changed my mind. I decided to go ahead and bring you through the process. So I've got the strainer, and then I've just got a blender that I'm just going to use to catch it. And then all I'm doing is, well, I'm going to make a mess. That's guaranteed. But that's okay, because I will clean it up. I'm letting this yogurt drip. Oh, I don't got time for this. All right, let's just use the bowl to catch the drippings. And I'm going to put it in there. I'm using the bowl to catch the drippings, but it's dripping off of the bowl now. And like I said, it doesn't look like it's running through. And so what comes out down here will be the whey, basically. But you can see where the yogurt is coming through. That's because it hasn't been refrigerated yet, so there's like no thickness, because when you refrigerate it, it thickens up some. But we're going to go ahead and give it a first strain, and then if it needs another one, we'll do that then. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and just start with this. And I was hoping to be able to get it all in there, so I'm going to let it go down a little bit so I can get the rest of it in there, and then I can just put it in the fridge while it does this. Which, I mean, I still have like that much on the top that I could go, but I don't think that's going to be enough. But then I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I've shown y'all whey before, strained out whey. But I may do that again, just because I can't remember if I have. So yeah, I definitely should have refrigerated it. It's what I'm thinking. But that's fine. It will all be fine. Got a little bit more, and I'm not sure if it's going to make it, if I could get it to, yeah. Now it's straight, it might hold more. So I'm not actually showing you the whole process, but showing you some of it, because I will put this in the refrigerator, let it strain, see what I'm looking at that point, and then I may want to strain it again. Well, I probably will, because I like my whey to be like just gold and clear, as opposed to white like that. And I could have put a filter at the bottom of this to make it go even better and more clear, but at the same time it would go by so much slower. So that's why I'm doing it like this, and then maybe if I need a filter later, I can do that. But for right now, this is good. And so that's all of it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the little bit that was in the bowl. And I mean, the texture, the consistency of this yogurt is like the regular yogurt that you buy at the store. Not Greek, for sure, but the regular. But yeah, so I'll take this, I'll put it in the refrigerator, and we'll be back. I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you. All right, y'all look. Remember I told you it was gonna thicken up after we strained it? And I just showed you what the whey looks like. And I'll have to strain the whey again just to make it, it'll be all like that liquid gold, and that white on the bottom will be gone. But I mean, look at this. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Can you believe that came from freeze-dried yogurt? All right, guys. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day till I see you again.